Perception and reality are two different things. No dream is ever just a dream. In this life, it's not what you hope for, it's not what you deserve, it's what you take. There is life in every breath. Nothing ends nicely, that's why it ends. I'm passionate about learning, I'm passionate about life. When you have to cope with a lot of problems, you're either going to sink or you're going to swim. Even in my dreams, I'm an idiot who knows he's about to wake up to reality. I'm a good listener. I think it's the one characteristic that's most important. I've always been that way, not that I take all the advice, but you've got to listen to it and have the courage to make your own decision, and just go for it. I'm an all-or-nothing kind of person, and when I become interested in something, I give it my all. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance. Talk is overrated as a means of settling disputes. I love what I do, I take great pride in what I do, and I can't do something halfway, 3/4, 9/10. If I'm going to do something, I go all the way. I disagree with people who think you learn more from getting beat up than you do from winning. I always look for a challenge and something that's different. The important thing is to be relaxed in your work, same in life. Don't make everything too intense, then you can let everything go and not act. I don't pretend to be the character, I am the character. I had to train myself to focus my attention. I became very visual and learned how to create mental images in order to comprehend what I read. I look at the samurai because they were the artists of their time. What I think struck me when I read Bushido is compassion. If there's no one there to help, go out and find someone to help. That hit me, because I try to lead my life like that. I feel lonely at times, but I don't want to get into a relationship with someone if it is not right. I'm not the type of person who just does things to do them. On film Vanilla Sky, you're going to get the full experience of what love is. I want a world without war, a world without insanity. I want to see people do well. I don't even think it's as much as what I want for myself. It's more what I want for the people around me. That's what I want. I'm usually nervous to meet people that I admire because what if they're not cool or something? My childhood was extremely lonely. I was dyslexic and lots of kids make fun of me. That experience made me tough inside, because you learn to quietly accept ridicule. They smell good, they look pretty, I love women, I do. Everybody dies, Sally, the thing is to die well. I'm not greedy, I just want my half. I demand a lot of myself, I want to learn. I can't sit back. I like a challenge, so I create a lot of challenges for myself. I don't hide from cameras or anything. It doesn't bother me. I don't seek our press for the woman I'm dating, but if it finds me, it finds me. I didn't become an actor to have power, but it just happens that I have it, and so I have a lot of opportunities. Yes, of course. Are you really so arrogant as to believe we are alone in this universe? Millions of stars, and we're supposed to be the only living creatures? No. There are many things out there, we just don't know. I love kids. I was a kid myself, once. I believe in life. I know that life comes in at your heart, and it doesn't matter if you're an actor, a filmmaker, or a gentleman on the street. It comes at you. What Scientology gives me is the tools to deal with that, to better enjoy my life and to be able to contribute more. I love adventure movies. I just love action-adventure films. It's pure cinema, and you go in and you're lost to it. To me, it's that challenge I want to give an audience, that ride, that entertainment. I think if technology is used in a way that is not responsible, that is a bad thing. I think technology and where it is going inevitable, and there's great benefits that can help an individual and society at large. I don't care if you print something nasty about me. If it's true, fine. I don't care, but just make sure it's the truth. It seems to me that if there were any logic to our language, trust would be a 4-letter word. I don't care who you are, life has challenges. I have cooked turkeys in my day, but when mom's around I let her do it. When you become successful in any type of life, there are people who are not contributing to the motion. I've never made a film that I didn't believe in, you know. However the picture turns out, I've always given everything to it. That's kind of how I approached life. I can't help it. There's no part way with me on anything in any area of my life. I've always thought of the audience. I just want to entertain the audience. That's what it's about. What's good for the movie? What's best for the movie? What's best for the audience? I would live with all of my sisters if I could. We've always been very close, my sisters and me. If you have kids, it is the most important thing to create good times. The exciting part of acting, I don't know how else to explain it, are those moments when you surprise yourself. Here's how I've lived my life. I've never been late to a set. I make films I believe in. I feel privileged to be able to do what I love. When I'm promoting a film, I'm not going to get caught up in anything else, And that includes all my personal things. I've had a very interesting life. There are ways of handling the complexities. I'm willing to take on the responsibilities as a father, as a producer, as an actor, and I enjoy that. I've always been changing and evolving and growing. There's no pinnacle of power where you can sit back and relax. Awards are wonderful. I've been nominated many times and I've won many awards, but my journey is not towards that. If it happens, it will be a blast. If it doesn't, it's still been a blast. I've learned to relax more. Everybody feels pressure in what they do. Maybe mine is just a little different because there doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day to accomplish what I want to. I've gotten very good at scheduling my life, scheduling the scene and preparing myself for knowing, saving the energy, consuming the energy, knowing when to go for it and having the available reserves to be able to do that. You have to think about that, because it's endurance. If someone doesn't want to be a criminal anymore, I can give them tools that can better their life. You have no idea how many people want to know what Scientology is. My name is Joel Goodson. I deal in human fulfillment. I grossed over $8,000 in one night. I just want to help people. I'm a helper. For instance, I myself have helped hundreds of people get off drugs. In Scientology, we have the only successful drug rehabilitation program in the world. It's called Narconon. I don't care what someone believes. I don't care what nationality they are. But if someone wants to get off drugs, I can help them. If someone wants to learn how to read, I can help them. If someone doesn't want to be a criminal anymore, I can give them tools that can better their life. You know what? I'm sure drug dealers on the street, in some way, they are making money. That's what I equate it to. Here is the thing. You have to understand, with psychiatry, there is no science behind it, and to pretend that there is a science behind it is criminal. I'll never forget the moment I became an ad. It's hard to describe that level of responsibility, the desire to give such joy, the clarity. Nothing is more important than this. If I don't talk about my religion, if I say I'm not discussing it or different humanitarian things I'm working on, they're like, he's avoiding it. If I do talk about it, it becomes, he's proselytizing. Where do I get my seriousness? You can't help but grow up fast when your parents get divorced. You see your mother go to get food stamps and she's making $50 too much to get them, with 4 kids to support. I've never done work for money, ever. If your choices are based on grosses and the film doesn't do well, what does that mean? It leaves you with nothing. When you talk about emotional, chemical imbalances in people, there is no science behind that. Making a movie is like a chess game. It's about constantly changing patterns, adapting to new things. It's not just black and white, as you know. As an actor, like an artist, you have to ask, why do I choose a certain moment to play something a certain way? It's organic to who we are. Stanley Kubrick was very selective when he went into a close-up. Every director has his taste in a performance, but Stanley would explore a scene to find what was most interesting for him. I used to go to Maple Leafs games all the time when Nick shot to die for here in Toronto. This is a great city. I love it here. When I work very hard, so I look to work with people who have that level of dedication, and I depend on that from everyone, from the director to my crews that I work with. Stanley Kubrick was brilliant at getting under the audience's skin. He was very interested in the idea of, how can I tell this with just a camera? I've always had the same values. Family for me has always been important. When I shoot, everybody comes. I've spent many birthdays on a movie set, all great days. Every time I make a mission movie or other films, people kind of look at me and go, well, now what? What's next? I think there's always going to be another mountain. I think there's something always in store. What I find sometimes that is tricky is if actors are using too much of their own life in a picture, in a scene. They get locked into a particular way to play the scene, and it lacks an immediacy. When I first started out, all the attention could be a bit unnerving, especially when people stared. Now I find the best thing is to just relax. Being recognized is just something you have to get used to. As a young actor, people were trying to define who I was before I really knew that for myself, but I still remember thinking, this is what I love doing, and I hope I'm going to be able to do it forever. The thing about filmmaking is I give it everything. That's why I work so hard. I always tell young actors to take charge. It's not that hard. Sign your own checks. Be responsible. Today, people can say anything they want. Suddenly it gets in the rumor mill and then it evolves and then somehow it becomes fact and you say, what is this? You know, why don't you ask me? It's well known I'm a Scientologist, and that has helped me to find that inner peace in my life, and it's something that has given me great stability and tools that I use. I like to work with people that I like hanging out with, that I admire, that are really smart and talented, and we can problem solve together. Have you ever gotten the feeling that you aren't completely embarrassed yet, but you glimpse tomorrow's embarrassment? Every single time I start to do a picture, without fail, I feel as if I don't know what I'm doing. I have respect for what other people believe. What I believe in my own life is that it's a search for how I can do things better, whether it's being a better man or a better father or finding ways for myself to improve.